Yes. All right. I'm going live. Bye. Just remember what. Back up. In here. In here. What? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Farrah, get that towel off the floor, please. Hi. Hello. Hello. How's it going? I was trying to get my channels straight. We're on StreamYard today because it's Friday. Why not, right? Hi. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Black Dolly. Black Dolly is, are you running for city council, the mayor's office, Senate, president, presidentista? I'm loving the pink suit. Hi, Nikki. Cat in the Hat, Natalie, Nisha, Life with Destiny, Mommy Vibes. Hey, ladies. What's good? What's going on? How's it going? Y'all been watching YouTube at all? What's everybody watching? What's up, Mommy? Oh, Mommy. Oh, my goodness. Mommy, the minute. Hi, DR. Hello. Hi, love, Christina. Hello. What's good, everyone? Happy Friday. I hope everyone got their notifications. Maybe I need to, hi, Yvette Ortiz. Guys, I am eating a little salmon and avocado. Was I eating salmon last week? I sure was, wasn't I? Hey, Tasha. I have half an avocado. And it's just some salmon I made last night, and I just have it in here. That's it. Hello, Jasmine McKinley. How are you? Hello, everyone. Guys, I put this clothing rack together myself. What do you think? I got it from Amazon. I felt like that's what I needed. Not even so much low price. I just needed, you know how you just have a feeling like, I want some avocado and I want some salmon. I'm killing it there. And, you know, I don't know if it's just old memory, you know, like muscle memory or something, how you just kind of do things you used to do when you were a kid. But I was raised Catholic and we never ate meat on Fridays and we always ate fish. And I do seem to make fish on Fridays like a lot, you know, even though I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. I seem to do that. I don't know if that's just old habits die hard, right? Hi, Courtney. How are you? Hi, Shonda. Michelle Jones, what's good? Guys, did you see this? Mommy, come on. Mommy, seriously? She was in her bed asleep for hours. Hours. Hi, Jamie Nicole. Oh. We don't have to play all that. Okay. What am I doing it on here for? I mean, I guess I just love putting that TV on. I haven't been using it. It's Friday, y'all.
Doesn't even think Julep serious. That's a lie, because I heard it. Yeah, he wasn't talking about talking about me or the kids, man.
Wouldn't yeah. Okay. Right or wrong, when Chrissy gets nervous, like a lot of people, she starts to stutter. Have you ever noticed that? She couldn't even get that out fast enough. Whose baby daddy we talking about? Who's baby daddy? Huh? We're talking about Chrissy, and we're talking about DeMarcus. So we're talking about her baby daddy. We're talking about DeMarcus. The cloud chase. Yes. Well, it's not them as an intro. It's yeah, it's a little bit, you know. Jackie had some, you know, girl, she did a whole, well, I was gonna say she did a whole video about me, but damn, they've done about 50. But yeah, it was one video in particular where she just could not, it was I had done a reaction on them, and she just couldn't go on and on and on and on. And when she said that, I was like, oh, you know, okay. Well, hi, Dr. Amira. Girl, Megan, yes. We saw that last night. It was like breaking news that he had tested positive and that we're going into quarantine, or that he was going into quarantine because Hope Hicks had tested positive. And this morning it was like, that test must have been like positive. Like the minute that they put it into the reagents or whatever they use to perform the test, it was just like, mommy, I'm gonna need for you to be quiet, okay? Okay, boo boo. All right, mommy, come on now. My God. Patricia, are you talking about Jasmine? I think it's fake news. Who? The president having C-19? Girl, whether it's fake news or not, what we do know is that there's been over 1 million people who have died in the past year. I don't think that's fake news. And I think that there's a lot of people, you may know someone who knows someone who has passed away. So whether he has it or not, we're just talking about what was put out there. It could be fake news, but what makes him different from us? I mean, he has not been wearing a mask. They're not practicing social distancing. So why wouldn't someone in that camp? Yeah. Clearly not superhuman, right? So I don't, you know, whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, he's gonna have the best doctors. Hey, Sofa, he will have the best care, period. So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So for someone, it's so funny. The people who are the most vocal about something not being real, those seem to be the very ones. Okay. Probably not. He's not a very yeah, probably not. Tasha, and what money are we talking about? I'm sick of all the politicians. Okay. Okay. It's going to be time for some tricks and treats for Halloween then, right? But yeah, guys, that live the other day. Cut the check, Trump. Yes, cut the check. Well, you know what? It's not even him, okay? I'm just going to say it's Nancy Pelosi. They cannot seem to broker a deal because, you know, she was trying to get, they were talking one number. So there's three different things going on. Okay, so since you guys want to talk stimulus, there's stimulus check, there's unemployment, there's the heroes, there's the hazard pay, the Heroes Act, all of that, right? I think what's going on is that Steve Mnuchin, who is our Treasury Secretary, has talked about for the past 2 months that for Social Security, I mean, not for Social Security, for unemployment, they were okay with doing like 400 a week, and then there's going to be like a, not a balloon, but like a bump up to like 6 or 650. And Nancy is not budging on the unemployment. She's not budging on, you know, they don't think that 1,200 is enough, which 1,200, yeah, it's not enough individually. It's something, but it's definitely something that will bump the economy, right? So they're trying to come up with a different number. Steve Mnuchin, I think, is somewhere like $1.5 or $1.7 billion or $1 trillion. And Nancy has like a 2.2 billion, you know, $1 trillion package or something. And they just can't seem to make it. So this is like the third time that they're going for a vote. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But, you know, of course, we lost a Supreme Court justice last week, and now they're all caught up in this whole thing of getting this person through the vetting process and confirmed. And then now the president has C-19. There's a lot going on. And even though they are still working on the stimulus package, if it doesn't get done soon, what's going to happen is Trump will get the blame for not getting the package put through. That's what Nancy's hope is. But the messaging is that it's Nancy Pelosi, not so much all of the Democrats. Here is that. Okay. And she's just kind of like, if we don't get it done now, we'll get it done after the first of the year. So I hate to, I mean, I think it's going to definitely come, but the messed up thing is that it's not like it's going to be retroactive, because had they taken the deal 2 and 3 months ago, that Steve Mnuchin proposed back to the House, we might be at a third stimulus check right now, but we're still waiting for them to haggle out this one. And it sucks. And these are all, I wouldn't say they're all, but there's a lot of very wealthy people in this bunch of people, and are not, you know, and there's some haters, because it could be some of your own congressmen who are so dead set on people not getting more than what they were earning when they were actually working. So keep in mind, the stimulus check is tied into unemployment, and it's also tied into all of the hazard pay, all of the provisions for businesses to be able to, you know, purchase, I guess, safety nets, insurance, whatever, to try to open back up the economy. And boyfriend says she was shot at the cop. What? Oh my God. I don't know if this is true or not. If so, these, I swear to God, it's always some so aggravating. The Daily Mail is reporting that initially Breonna Taylor, we all know who Breonna Taylor is, right? Initially, the boyfriend, what was the headline? Basically, the headline said that initially Breonna Taylor's boyfriend said she shot at the police first when they came in the door, rather than he shooting at the police first. So I guess it finally came out that it was him and she was the innocent part, like she was not shooting. I have to read the whole entire story, but that would make sense why this was such a cluster for him throwing basically her under the bus. And she's, because what they say, what's that expression? Dead men tell no tales. Would he have done that to his, that's awful. I just saw that on my phone. I'm just like, are you kidding me? What an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were there for you and you blame her for shooting the police, and it's her home that they're busting up into, and she died, but you're going to put her to blame. And y'all, there's a couple of women on here who do some really good commentary on women who sit around and cape for men, just, protect them at all costs. We saw that with Megan Thee Stallion the night that she was shot. She didn't implicate Tory Lanez right away until later, until she realized, like, okay, he's not going to own up for what he did. He's not even going to say anything. He's actually going to make me seem like a bad person. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, this is awful. So Michelle, you're right, she did. But what their Daily Mail is reporting, I guess they're looking at the grand jury transcripts. Initially, when everything, let's just say like 5 minutes after everything went down, they're getting everybody's story of what happened. Her boyfriend said that it was she who shot at the police and not himself. I don't know if they did ballistics. I'm sure they did in forensics, and they found that it was him, that it was he who'd shot at the police. Maybe because he, I don't know what his complete background is, so I don't want to speak on it without having all of my facts. But that's what they are reporting. The Daily Mail just put up a post basically stating that Breonna Taylor's boyfriend initially pegged her as the initial shooter when the no-knock warrant happened. And I'm sure, like the initial stories, the initial reporting is kind of what they go on. And then from there, you're kind of reworking the wheel until someone admits that they're lying, or when stuff just doesn't add up to where they're like, it wasn't her because we did ballistics on her fingers and there's no remnants or residue of a firearm being shot on her fingers. So who actually was it? I mean, it's not a justifiable anything, so please don't mistake my point. I'm just reading the headline, but it's really a shame that they were there, initially, I guess, for someone who lived there previously, right? Not him. And he threw her under the bus. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know who did what, but apparently that's what they're saying, that he blamed her for shooting at the police. So I don't know. It's a shame. if what they're saying is true, he sounds like a really good guy. Anyway, okay. So what are we talking about here today? It's Friday. Let's see. Hi, Miss Mabes. You know, Miss Mabes, I always keep wanting to call you Mean Mabes. Hey, Angie Ange. Everybody, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Hi, Angelina. How are you? Hi, Eric's family. Hi, Latoy. Hi, Patricia. And they still want us to get a flu shot, and the kids are in school. Oh, if a kid is in school, they have to get it. Well, yeah. Farrah will be staying home. I also don't think most people know all of the decisions that will overturn now. Are you talking about since the president is in quarantine? Well, it's okay. So the good news, back to stimulus, the good news on stimulus is that if the House wasn't going to be able to pass anything, there is money in the Treasury that was set aside initially for COVID that they could actually cut stimulus checks almost right away. There's enough money for that. And it could be done by executive order. So that's the good news. But the bad news is that the president is in quarantine for 2 weeks. Now, does that mean that he can't work or that he's not working? Because when they showed the picture of Mike Pence today, I was thinking to myself, oh, this is what he was waiting for. Like if the president says, hey, look, I'm gonna need a couple days off, like literally, because I am so sick. I think this is what he's been waiting for. I know, right? So we'll see. I mean, this could all flip on a dime, but if they can pass, if the president is inclined after they stalemate again on another vote for the stimulus check, it's quite possible that everything could pass via executive order. Not everything, but some things that are in his domain, because anything that is Treasury related has to be voted on by the Congress. But because this is money that is sitting in the Treasury, but not Treasury money, the president can release with executive order, and he does have the money to release enough money to cover a stimulus check. Now, also what they were agreeing on was the dependents that weren't eligible for stimulus the first time that would get like $500 or something like that. So they're trying to work out the kinks, but we're going to see how this all unfolds. I am certainly not the expert on all of this, guys. So it's not to say we're not getting it. It's coming. It's the messed up thing to me is that, and I'm not blaming it all on Nancy Pelosi, but there have been deals on the table over the past, let's just say at least 4 to 6 weeks, and monies could have been distributed to where at this point by the holidays, they could have been talking about a third stimulus, and we're still talking about the second one. And 9 times out of 10, especially some of the payments like unemployment, and the hazard pay for essential workers, things like that, it won't be retroactive. So it's messed up because had it been passed, the monies would already be in the pocket. We'd be on the way to the third stimulus and a recovery. Right now, we are still stuck at a second stimulus and a potential tanking of the economy. Even though the economy is doing better than most people expected that it would, it's like hanging on by a thread. Yes, dear.
My internet.
What's going on?
It's not working still.
Is it paused?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
I was playing this, Mama. And then it froze.
Okay, so close it out and then restart it. Let me see if your devices are not paused.
Pause it, then unpause it.
I'm not sure, baby. I don't know. Bring me your phone, please. Sarah. Okay. Do me a favor. Yeah. Try that. You good now? Hold on. I mean, you're on. Why VPN? Don't keep that on. VPN, don't do that. Okay? That might have been the problem.
When I like use my thumbs for the password, it changed.
Okay. All right, dear. Sorry, guys. Well, thank you, Angelina. Thank you. Guys, I can let's see. Black Friday is canceled. Yes, dear, you're welcome, hon. Anybody want to call in with any questions? Nobody is. Well, didn't they used to call that Cyber Monday? I don't know. I just those clothes that were hanging on my closet door, I bought a rack and I put them all on my rack, and I'm actually going to take those into my bedroom. And I'm making my business to wear those clothes. I'm sure there's going to be some deals. I just can't believe it's cold. Like, what's the temperature? Well, it's 67 right now. I got it from Amazon. I will be putting it in my storefront. I think some of you have gone to my storefront, and so that's just where I put like pics and things that I like and things that I bought. So some of the stuff that I just bought, I will put in there. So that rack right there. What else did I get from Amazon? Just whatever. I don't know. It'll be in there. I did just buy some slips. I know that's so old school, but I bought lace. You guys are gonna notice that there's like a lace trend this season, and I got like 3 lace dresses, and I got a couple of slips, like slip dresses, or just slips. I don't know. They're just slips, but I got them on Amazon. One was like $9. So I got like 2 blacks and a beige. I guess you could sleep in them too. I did get like a really long one, like for lounging. So, let's see. I don't know. Hopefully they will get this whole stimulus thing. They said that they can have the checks out in a week. Like if they would get that thing passed today, we could have the checks next week. Because they already did a lot of the heavy lift for the last stimulus check. And then people have finished, submitting their taxes and things like that. It should be good. I feel like my glasses are dirty. So anyway, guys, okay. So do you guys want to talk Three Mommies, or have you guys kept up on, forget about that for a second. Did you guys, I know we talked about it briefly on Monday, but the whole Wendy Williams, Nene Leakes thing. It's weird because, and they're mommies. So yeah, let's talk those two mommies for a minute. Have you guys seen this Medina lady come out? Wendy Williams' homegirl from New York. Hi, Keek. I love it. Yes. Gosh, it sounds like there's a delay. Girl, I got an Amazon order delivered daily. You know, I like decor items. So yeah, go to my storefront. If you go to, it's in my thing. I've got like glam room basics. So if you decide that you want to put together, which I'm sure all of you guys have your own taste, and I'm sure it's beautiful, and all of you have lovely things. Don't think that my style, I'm just giving some recommendations of things that I think are good. Okay. So I put some things like glam room basics, like the computer stand that I have, some of my vlogging basics. So if some of you guys out there want to start a channel and want to know kind of the things that I use, I purchased a lot of stuff from Amazon that I have in my bag of tricks. And yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That whole circle. You know what? I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of those people all came up together. I mean, it's everybody came up around the same time. Wendy is a little older, not by much, but she's a little older. But yeah, she was over at Hot 97. She was at WBLS, and then went over to Hot 97. And then when she used to talk about Eric Sermon as being the there were from EPMD, for those of you guys who know EPMD, and then there were rumors about Eric Sermon, Busta Rhymes, and Sean Combs, and basically it's almost like they exiled her. She was at Hot 97. They wanted to shut her up. She tells about all of this, but I mean, I grew up in that area. So she was basically exiled. They sent her to Philly. She was still talking, and they basically had her sit home for like a year and a half. They basically kind of bought her out of her contract. And then she came back, and that's when you start to see Charlemagne. For those of you, when she used to have her show televised before her talk show, and you would see about an hour or so of her radio show, migrating, back into the New York market. And, that's when Charlemagne was interning for her. So, Medina went in on Nene Leakes. I mean, she went in, and she dropped some tea that Nene one night, hey Camo, hi Karma, she basically said that one night they were all in the car with French Montana, and apparently French Montana, Nene allowed French Montana to tickle her ivories, put it that way. Okay. Now I don't know how true that is, but there's a whole thing. If you want me to pull it up, I will. I can pull it up on here. There's a whole lot of talk on that. But basically, I guess what the tea really is that Nene and Wendy, I think, and this is just my read on it, Nene and Wendy, I think, have been friends of convenience. Was there a real friendship there? I think they tried to make it play like there was a real friendship there. I think obviously there is not a real friendship. Medina and Wendy have known each other for decades and are true friends. According to Medina, if you're a true friend, you are a true friend of Wendy's. However, Wendy is in the zone. When Wendy is working, Wendy is not playing. And anything that is going to come in between her and what she has built in terms of everything, yeah, that's not going to happen. So, and she's, you know, she does what she does. I think that's, you know, Wendy's always been pretty vocal about not necessarily being everyone's friend, because she says she talks gossip, right? She's like, I talk gossip. You know, people don't always want to be around me, or I don't always feel comfortable. I don't always go do this, or I don't always go do that because I talk about everybody, right? So, hi, Miss Naya. So, anyway, long story short, you know, Nene basically decided not to, I guess, sign, or she feels like she was forced out of the housewives, and she decided not to come back. And she's calling out Bravo. She feels that Bravo has been racist with her. She feels like she has not gotten the same opportunities as other housewives, and she's not happy about it. So Wendy was on Andy, and Andy asked Wendy about it. Now, did Wendy have to talk about it? No. Did Wendy have to talk about it the way she did? No. I don't think Wendy, you know, Nene didn't like it. Did Wendy say anything bad? No. But basically, she was just kind of like, you know, we've seen everything that Nene has done. Anything new for like a spinoff is kind of boring, in her opinion, she would say, you know. So she kind of is, you know, I don't think that Nene was really happy at the way Nene answered Andy's questions. So I think she felt like there was some disloyalty there. And am I behind on the chat? I feel like the chat is not moving at all. Mommy vibes, to your point regarding Nene sleeping her way to the top. I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, we know she worked in the club. We know that's where she met Greg Leaks. Did she sleep her way to the top? I don't know. I mean, would that be anything new? You know what I'm saying? Like, life is strange. They're still trying to figure things out. Okay, so yeah, there's some conflict there, but Medina basically went in. Apparently, you guys know the R&B singer Case. That's Case's baby mama. Okay, and yeah, moving in silence, I agree, but I guess she feels like, you know, that's my homegirl, and you're not going to talk about my friend. And I know, and basically what I'm getting from Medina is that Wendy, you grimy. I mean, Nene, you grimy. And that's that. And she's calling it out. That sucks. Natalie, I'm reading your comment. So, but the good news is, though, Natalie, even with that, which is good news, bad news, because the president is ill, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what his limitations are. If he's just in quarantine, but he's still working, but they could pass by executive order. I feel like I don't like my lipstick. They could pass by executive order, but he's indisposed right now. I don't know, girl. It's like can who's coming to the rescue of the American people? I swear, it's like almost everything that could go wrong this year has gone wrong this year. I mean, is it just enough? Okay, that's better. I just didn't like... I just felt like my lipstick was bleeding or something. I don't like the way it looked. Okay, that's better. With Trump having the virus, I feel they will pass it because this tells you the virus is serious. Right. So Nancy said that when? Today? I believe that too, Impress. I do watch him. I watch a couple of others and I just watch the regular news. But yeah, we're going to see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, what we need is it to pass the House. The Senate needs to push it right on, and then it needs to be signed off on by the president. But if that doesn't happen, if in fact they it did not clear the House today and it's not going anywhere, what the plan is that the president was going to release money for stimulus checks via executive order. So is that going to happen? Did Clearview Tax say that or not? Aggravating, right? Thank you, Kiki. Dr. Amir, you're moving to Canada? Yeah. Anyway, guys. Okay. So we're off of that. Did you guys see did you guys see that Proud Mom of 12 had her baby? Did you guys see that? She had put up a post and said that she went to the doctor's office for like a follow-up visit. Ooh. And I guess, I don't know what happened, but she's been like showing little pictures here and there. I'm going to show you. So cute. Aw, her daughter's holding baby was the first to meet my new baby sister. Okay. So cute. So she says, this was a day ago. Went in for follow-up appointment. Here's my blessed outcome. Okay. And then she says, holding her mommy tight. Holding her mommy tight. So she had a girl. Okay. So sweet, right? And then there's the older daughter, not the oldest, but one of her older daughters. They're sweet, right? Yeah, so this is big news. The grand jury recordings. I don't know enough about what happened in Kentucky. I know that there were lots of problems and lots of but this guy, if this guy told a lie and that lie perpetuated the delays in justice and follow-up and all of that stuff for her parents and confusion and all of that stuff. This guy is like a #1 asshole and needs to pack up and get the fuck up out of town, because to me, I would be pissed if something happened to my sister and I found out that her man told a lie to make her look bad so he could like skate squeaky clean, whether he'd done something wrong or not, but he thought for a second that it was the right thing to do to tell a lie to just like, well, she's not here anyway. That's a real asshole. So I don't know if he's like father of her kids or what, but apparently for those of you just coming in, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend's testimony in the initial grand jury have come out, and apparently there is some dialogue of him saying that it was Breonna who shot first when the police first came in at the no-knock warrant, which doesn't change anything. But what it changes was the, like why everything probably was so fucked up to begin with, because they probably had to figure out that, okay, we're working with a lie here, maybe on top of other lies. I don't know. But whenever, was that her ex or current? I don't know if that was her ex, or there was the man that was in the house with her when the no-knock warrant was served. And when the house was, when they came into the home, I'm imagining he said that she is the one who shot, not him, who had the gun, which is not true. She did not shoot the police officer. She did not shoot. Like, imagine you're sleeping and here's someone busting through your door. So that's basically what happened. There was a no-knock warrant being served for someone who used to live at that address, not anyone who was in residence at the house at the time. So it's not like her boyfriend was a known criminal, and obviously she wasn't. She was like a dispatcher or something for law enforcement or 911 or something like that, right? She had a civil service job. But when they did the no-knock warrant, I guess he grabbed his gun because he's like, who's coming in the house? And he he fired off his firearm, right? Apparently it was said that he told the police that she had the gun, not he had the gun. And I don't know why. You guys need to go read this for yourself, but there's update after update coming through, stating that the grand jury indictment is stating that she wasn't she an, I don't know. I know she was a civil servant. I'm not sure what she did. I know she worked for, I thought she was some sort of, I don't know. Look, I don't want to speak on what I know she was some sort of civil servant. So I don't know if she was EMT, dispatch, 911, what. But at the end of the day, it sounds like some false information from her mate was given at the scene that may have probably lended to some of, just the complete and utter cluster that family had to deal with in trying to lay and clear and get justice for this woman. It's awful. My phone holder, it's from Amazon, guys. I was trying to tell you guys about it the other day. Isn't it cool? So not only does it stand up, hold on. I'm gonna blow your mind with this phone holder. Okay, so when I'm in the kitchen, I can go like this, right? So it stands up. If you want to mount it to your, like to something like this, your tripod, it's got a tripod mount on it, right? Okay. It's also Bluetooth enabled, so you can just see that. So I do this. See the green button? I was showing you guys this the other day, but I don't think anybody was really paying attention. So you can take So like, I'm gonna, so like this. Wait, hold on. Hold on. It shows it's connected. Hold on. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, right? Okay. And then you can pop this out and then you can be like, okay, wait. Okay. I forget how much it was, but I will have it in my storefront. Okay. So I love it because you can almost you can kind of hold your phone like a camera, right? So if you guys decide to buy it, you go to Amazon, please buy it through my link because, you know, your girl gets a couple of coins and why not, right? Has the information been verified or is this a rumor? What are you talking about, Surefire? Are you talking about what I was talking about, the indictment regarding Breonna Taylor's boyfriend throwing her under the bus? Yes. I don't look, the Daily Mail, CBS, what they are saying is, and do your own homework because, you know, this is not the news. Most deaf. Like, this is like you talking to one of your girlfriends on the phone, right? What they're saying is the Daily Mail and CBS, along with ABC, are saying that the transcripts from the grand jury in the investigation surrounding the death of Breonna Taylor has been released. There was some testimony and evidence around the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor. Okay, recordings. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read this. And I quote, Breonna Taylor case grand jury testimony details botched police raid. Okay. The officers involved in botched raid in which Breonna Taylor was killed announced themselves as police multiple times before forcing their way into her apartment, according to recordings of grand jury testimony released on Friday. The unusual court-ordered disclosure of the recordings provided what Attorney General Daniel Cameron called a complete picture of the events surrounding her death. Banged on the door, no response. Banged on it again, no response. At that time, we started announcing ourselves. One of the officers, Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, said in a March interview that was played before the grand jury. He said officers banged on the door 6 or 7 times before breaking into the apartment where Taylor was with her boyfriend. We did announce the first couple of times because our intent was not to hit the door. Our intent was to give her plenty of time to come to the door, Mattingly said in an interview with the police sergeant. Cameron, and keep in mind, guys, I think that they were serving a warrant on someone who had been in residence in that department. They were not looking for those people. Did you girl? Yes. Thank you, Carolina, for asking. I appreciate that. Yes, it was 3-hour phone call to the Apple gurus and angel squad because, my God, it was a cluster. I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. Mattingly said the officers believed Taylor was probably there alone. Why are they saying? Okay. Cameron said so Cameron is the Attorney General. Cameron said the officers were justified in opening fire after Taylor's boyfriend fired first, wounding Mattingly. The boyfriend and his lawyer have said he didn't know the intruders were police. But did I skip something? Okay. We did announce the first couple of times. Okay, so it wasn't their intent to hit the door. Okay, so Cameron, so Taylor's boyfriend fired first. Mattingly said the officers believed Taylor was probably there alone. After getting no response, they broke down the door and announced, "Police, search warrant, police, search warrant." Mattingly said he saw a man and a woman inside about 20 feet away. The male was in stretched out position with his hand on a gun. And as soon as I cleared the doorway, he fires the gun, the sergeant said. As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg, so I returned fire. Attorney General says grand jury was presented a tough case. Cameron, who has come under fire for his role as special prosecutor on the case, complied with the court order to release the material on Friday. He had been given 2 days to redact personal information from the recordings before the unusual disclosure of proceedings typically kept secret. I'm confident that once the public listens to the recordings, they will see that our team presented a thorough case. Our presentation followed the facts of the evidence mandated by the grand jury and given a complete picture of the events. Ms. Taylor's death on March 13th, he added, while it was unusual for the court to require the release of the recordings from the grand jury proceeding, we complied with the order rather than challenging it so the full truth can be heard. Cameron said he turned over roughly 15 hours of audio. I'm skipping to where they were talking about the boyfriend. The state court, she was a paramedic. Fran, did you fix your... Okay, yes, I did. Anyway, you guys read this. Daily Mail said something about him stating that initially she had the gun. But what's obvious is that he had the gun, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there. We'll see what the killings led to. Months of unrest in Louisville and beyond as a reckoning with racial injustice sweeps across the country. Grand jury did not indict any of the 3 officers involved in the botched narcotics raid on charges connected with her death. One officer faces charges for firing into an adjacent occupied apartment. Taylor's death, which we all know, set off many, many, many different things. The grand jury's decision not to indict that these officers did not act in a reckless and unprofessional manner. They did their, well, that's okay. So yeah, CNN has something, and first of all, and then there was an article that I glanced at while we were just coming on the Daily Mail. So there's lots coming out. So I'm not sure what the chain of events are, but definitely if you're interested in this story, I would just say, read, do your homework on it and see what was actually said. But, there's a lot of information here. Nene can get a talk show. Nene has a talk show. She's on YouTube. And I mean that with all seriousness. Nene, I think Nene could get a talk show. Nene is very well liked. Nene has a great personality, and I do really like her a lot. I'm a fan. I love her. I'm not really sure what's going on with her and Bravo, but it's not good. I'm not sure what's going on with her and Nene. I mean, why do I keep calling Wendy Nene? I don't know what's going on with her and Wendy, but Wendy's very powerful. Guys, make no mistake. Wendy's not sitting up there working for anybody. That's her show, right? She's working for us, right? That's her show. She makes a lot of money. Wendy might talk all the time. She's just a girl from Jersey. She goes and does her own grocery shopping. She likes to go pick out her own bread. She likes to go to the salad bar. She likes to go make this. That's a very wealthy woman. Okay. I'm not saying Nene needs to watch out, but I know Nene's made some money. Her and her husband are doing quite well. Like, they're rich, but Wendy's wealthy. Wendy's been working for a long time, and Wendy has been making a lot of money for a long time. She's had her own show for over a decade that does very well. She had a very, very good career in radio and was paid a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. So Wendy, if I were Nene, I would just kind of do what you got to do and keep it moving. Let those people go, because I'm sure Wendy doesn't need a mouthpiece, but if she's got Medina out here, not that saying that she asked Medina to do any of that, but if she's got Medina out here speaking on her behalf, telling Wendy basically shut the fuck up, yeah, that's because Wendy wants her to like go ahead and shut the fuck up, basically. You know what I'm saying? Sad about what her and Wendy's friendship, kind of like, yeah, well, I don't, it's okay. So Carolina, this is what happened. I did do that yesterday and I couldn't. Okay. My door, do you see this lock right here? There's a keypad on it. Okay. So I have a key fob in my phone. So when I close my door, it locks kind of like a vault or something, right? It's a lock. It's an electronic lock. So yesterday when my phone went kablooey, I couldn't get into my office. My husband already left for work and my phone basically was dead. So this wasn't yesterday. This was the day before yesterday, right? Wednesday. I had to wait Wednesday for my husband to come home because he's got the key fob in his phone too. He can pull up the app, engage it, door opens, right? So even when I did the hard reset on my phone, I had to bring it back to reset. I had to do it on my computer, but I didn't have access to my computer until my husband got home from work on Wednesday. And I was so exhausted from everything. Like, just, I didn't even want to think about it. I didn't do it until yesterday. But when they were like, okay, well, plug your phone into your computer. Well, I was having an issue with my MacBook. So they had to do like a whole thing to my MacBook. I don't know if I told you guys I was having a memory problem. Well, it turned out I really wasn't having a memory problem. I was creating activity logs in my email. And guys, I had over 60 gigs of activity logs in my hard drive. So over half of my hard drive was activity logs. So they went in, they cleaned out my computer, we flipped the switches where there were problems, and now everything. So I had to do a complete sweep of my computer. They had to update my computer. And now it's good. Once that got updated, then I had to update this. That got updated, and now everything is good. So, it was a problem. I was on the phone for 3 hours yesterday. It was awful. It was awful. Let's see, the news is always trying to mask Black people. Yeah, because I think what I didn't see was anyone saying that the no-knock warrant was not for Breonna, because I think that's what we all know, right? Yes, TMR, I saw it. Hold on. Okay. Nikki, yeah, I'll have to tell you offline. I don't want to put that out there because, you know, I don't need anybody hacking into my shit. You know what I'm saying? Not you, of course, but there's some, you know, there's interesting people out here. But you know what? Amazon. I do have a couple on my storefront. So that can that will tell you right there, you know, what I'm working with. One of those. But yeah. And it's good. It's very good. But I'll offline. You know, so some people were saying that their friendship really is more of a friendship of convenience. You know, not saying that Nene was trying to use Wendy or that Wendy's trying to use Nene, but I think that both of them, even all of what I said before about Wendy being powerful and wealthy, you know, I think at the end of the day, Nene has a very, you know, she's got a certain cachet. She's current. She's what's poppin'. She's popular. You know, all of those things, right? Wendy too, but Wendy went through a very bad breakup. She's been having a hard time with drugs and substance abuse, and it's nice that now that she's single, that she's got someone to kind of hang with a little bit, or somebody, you know, someone fabulous to hang with like herself, right? So I don't know. I think, but what's coming out is that, I don't know, maybe both of them were being opportunists. I'm not really sure. Hey, Anna, you know, I don't know. You know, I think sometimes, like we all know this, reason, season, right? Sometimes our friends are going to be with us for a lifetime. Some are going to come and go, and then they're going to come back again. And then some are going to just come and go. And everything isn't going to be forever. So, so Nikki, to your point about the MacBook, you know, the memory thing is a challenge. I have an external hard drive. Those of you who are familiar with this brand, you'll know, but this is like 2 terabytes. It's helpful. It's very helpful. I suspected that I hadn't set my computer up in the most efficient way, and that was confirmed yesterday. I was about to say, is it 4:51? Because I am like jonesing for some coffee right now. My God. Hey, Debo. Gwen, did I speak with you? Yeah, I'm like, all of a sudden I just took like a dip. Okay. Yes. Nobody knew you, Andy, until you knew me. So yeah. But you know, the Nene's great with the one-liners, but sometimes you got to watch that shit. Andy, and okay, so but that was 10 years ago. Like, hopefully you're not thinking that you're still talking to the Andy from 10 years ago. Andy's quite powerful. Now, I would just watch it. You don't have to read everybody. You know what I'm saying, guys? Can you guys feel me on that? Have you guys learned that with age, you don't have to go in there like, you know, you don't have to go through like reading everybody all the time. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Jobo. I appreciate you saying that. You know, I mean, I think sometimes people know who they're dealing with. When you're that bitch, when you're fabulous, when you're smart, when you know, people know, what they think they know about you. Like, you don't always have to stake your claim all the time. Like, just allow people, like, again, move in silence. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know, Nene, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, we know. I think you have to be a little bit careful, because if you want to stake your claim, like, to me, in a way, the way Nene shuts people down of late makes me a little concerned that that bitch don't think she's really that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're that bitch, people know it. People know it. You don't have to tell it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like one of our friends here on the YouTube streets, actually a couple of them, most of them. Some of these moms, y'all, constantly have to tell us who they are, and how serious it is. But if you felt that was the case, and that we knew, or that you were being acknowledged in that way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my theory is I know who I am. I don't have to tell you nothing, you know, about me or anything else. You know, what are we talking about? We are talking about these YouTube streets. So, you know what I'm saying? So for someone to feel like they have to tell you constantly, yeah, it's not, you're probably not, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably like, I'm gonna need you to not. So I don't know. That's just my theory. I feel like Nene may have some insecurities. I mean, remember Phaedra called a lot of that out once upon a time. That made Phaedra and Nene fall out. I think that Nene doesn't always like very confident A-type females. I think that Nene has a way of making people doubt themselves. Like, she's used to being over. I think Phaedra is a lead from behind. Like, you know, that's why I love Phaedra. I love her. Phaedra, you know, I think as an attorney, and having been a entertainment attorney, I think she's used to dealing with large personalities, and Phaedra is very much of, she's always looking, watching, learning, right? She doesn't always have to be in the front. And I think that Nene is quite verbose, and I think that when you hear her getting into the most trouble, it's because she is trying to have to read somebody. She's staking her claim. She always has to let people know where you kind of stepped on a toe or two. And she doesn't like that. Nobody does. But some people don't care. I think when you are secure in yourself, yeah, it doesn't bother you as much, because you already know at the end of the day that, you know, people are going to come for your neck. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now that she's on top, she doesn't want nobody. Look, but your shine is your shine. You know what I'm saying? I can't dim your shine. You know what I'm saying? You can't dim mine. You can try. But if you are truly at the top, or you're at the top of, look, you don't have to be at the top. You just have to be in your place. You know what I'm saying? Who says you have to be at the top? So if she thinks she's at the top, I don't know that Nene's at the top. She's a reality star, but there are people who are truly at the, I mean, there's A-list celebrities. Nene, I'm sure, is an A-list celebrity. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's successful. She's got notoriety. She has crossed over. But when you're looking at some, you know, people who are on the top of the list and invited to the parties, I'm sure, and it's not, and just top salary and things like that. I mean, Nene's trying to leave reality shows behind to go and maybe do something else. I don't know that she's like a top of the A-list top Black celebrities. I mean, she's there as a Real Housewife, but someone who is next to Kerry Washington, or someone who's next to Lupita Nyong'o, or somebody who is next to like Black Hollywood, yeah, that's not Nene. You know what I mean? Yeah, Chrissy is a YouTube celebrity. Yeah. Who? I didn't put any disrespect on her on Starla. I mean, Chrissy, look, Starla has to put some respect on Starla, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can look, we don't puff people up around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't, I'm not building you up and I'm not tearing you down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chrissy and Chrissy need to handle Starla. Chrissy definitely once a week we get the monologue from Chrissy about who she is, what she's done, check her resume. What the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if you're that bitch, people know your resume, right? Like we don't have to know let's just say like I'm just okay, Beyonce. I'm just gonna say. Is she the best singer in the whole entire world? To me, she is. I love her, right? To someone else, she may not be. But at the end of the day, she's got the awards, she's got the accolades, she's got the catalog, she's got the music, she's got the movies, she has some strong songwriting credits, she has the colleagues, there's a whole entire resume. When Beyonce comes in, she doesn't have to tell us anything. She doesn't have to tell me anything, right? Chrissy and Ming and Olivia and all of those people feel the need on a regular basis to run through that damn resume. And we know sometimes I want to just be like, y'all told us this last week. Like, we know already. I guess they just want us to get caught up, whoever's new. Yeah, thank you, Reppin' for BK. I don't want to see it sound and seem like a hater because I love Nene and I love Real Housewives. I love her as an OG, but she is not, as far as Hollywood-ish. Look, did you guys see that recent kind of little blip that Kanye was putting out about, he's talking about being free and people accusing him of being a Republican, this, that, and the other thing. And he just very confidently stated that he's like, I've got more money than Donald Trump. Like he just said it like that. I mean, he said that and just kept going, right? He wasn't tearing the man down. He was just stating facts. And maybe he means between himself and his wife, their empire, what they have, exceeds what this gentleman has. Like, okay, yeah, they're rich, but yeah, I'm richer. Okay. But I wear sweatshirts and hoodies and jeans. You know what I mean? Like I've done more than just rap. And you guys know this, you know what I'm saying? So, I just find that people who have to overstate their accomplishments and their resume are typically not as confident as they would like for you to believe. Okay. Case in point, our beautiful friend, Nene Leakes, which I love her, but I think there is a degree of insecurity there as it pertains to Wendy Williams. And should Wendy have spoken on her in the way that she did, and did it make Nene feel uncomfortable? I would say rightfully so, because I've had people speak on me and I wasn't quite comfortable with the messaging, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? Didn't change a thing. So Nene has to not care so much when Wendy is speaking on her, or they need to have those conversations and say, you know what? When you are in interviews, I'd prefer that you don't speak on me. Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry, guys. I didn't know if I was getting some breaking news or something, so that's why I picked up, so I apologize. Guys, I did put anybody want to chime in, you're more than welcome to. We are getting at like an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm not going to drag this out. But yeah, we see the mommies do this. Exactly, and I just think that, people can say what they want. Like, people can say what they want. Like, I have, girl, hit the link. Come on. I had something happen to me this week. And you know what my first impression was? About. And then some of you are probably like, okay, yeah. I don't know. Diane, oh, am I buffering? Hold on. Let me set myself as a priority. Hold on. Yeah. You know what? Before I get on, I'm going to do this every single time. It says I've got in excellent condition right now. I was buffering. Let me fix this though, because that's whack to be buffering. I don't like it. Okay, I should be better than good now. Okay. So what did you guys think? We hadn't talked about this yet. I'm just gonna jump right in because I want to talk about it. Did y'all see those videos over on Cloffice Diaries? Like, what do y'all think about that stuff? I don't know if that's what Anna was calling in for. Anna, are you calling in? Yeah, I know people are being cheap with the likes, but that's okay. Like, come on. I wonder what that does. Hide the life you live may not be your own. Okay, let's see who this is. Anna, are you calling in? Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. How's it going?
Going all right. Can't complain.
So what did you think about the videos this week from Cloffice Diaries? Did you see that?
I did. I think that the young man looks exactly like the little boy in question.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the man's son.
Oh my God.
Like the little boy in question's twin.
Mm-hmm.
But it dawned on me yesterday. I was like, wait a minute. What does his wife think? Because these people are
Chrissy's first
ruthless.
cousin? That's her cousin now. You know that, right?
Is he still with her first cousin?
I believe so. I mean, I don't know up to the minute details, but what there was a lot of hold on one second. Let me close this window. Where's I was about to say, where's the thing? The sun is like on me. Okay. I believe so. So everybody goes to these people's Facebook pages, which I try not to, go over to people's Facebook pages like that. But it was public. But I think either they're engaged or they're married. This woman is like, to me, she looks like Chrissy. When I looked at her picture, I was like, oh shit. Because even though at first you might be like, no, but she looks like if Chrissy had and I don't know what this, if,
Like a
remember
mixed
Chrissy
cousin.
was on her, not even so much mixed, but I would say
I've
like
seen the
Dominican.
pictures.
Pardon?
I've seen the pictures, and she does resemble Chrissy, just with silky long hair.
She looks like she may be Dominican. She looks like she could be mixed with some sort of something. And I was wondering, is that the person who did her POF profile? However, I don't know. I was just like, who is that? But when I saw her pictures, like one of the selfies, I was just like, wow. But yeah, they put out a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. And I mean, all the information is right there. So if you go look at it, you're going to see like, oh, this is this person's name. This is that person's name. And then when she said like, yeah, I know him. I used to do his taxes. And I'm just like, but isn't that the person that they said that, like your brother outed? Like, I feel like there's a lot more to the story, and the way she told the story in the clips that I posted in that video that I put up today, I was kind of like, that's a little disingenuous based on what we kind of already know. If you're a complete stranger to Strong Mommy Chrissy, is she obligated to get you caught up? Absolutely not. But for those of us who've been around for a minute, and I'm not just talking about a reactor, because guys, in all fairness, to me, I'm sitting around like you guys, the ones who watch, used to watch, or don't watch anymore. We're just talking about a channel that we all watch. But if you guys want to call a reactor, and make it into some bad thing, there are some people out here who act like private investigators, and that's their business, but that's not what I do. But I will watch their videos though if I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people put out like a whole bunch of whatever.
The way
Like
how I was looking at it, right? Like the way how I was looking at it, I was just like, because I didn't know that was Chrissy's cousin. So I was thinking like, the people who found him, they're ruthless. So I'm pretty sure they're in his inbox, in his wife's inbox. I'm like, they're probably interrupting their whole life right now. So I was like, I'm like, this is way more serious than just YouTube. Like they're really like interrupting these people's lives, and they're just off minding their own business, carrying on with the rest of their day, not with no concern for Chrissy whatsoever. Like think about the kids having to hear their parents talk about this. Like they're just completely interrupting those people's lives.
Okay,
I mean, it's not fair that if he has a sibling out, that if that is his child, it's not fair. But at the same time, for it to be public, for the world to see, that's crazy.
Well, okay, to your point, yes, but also how else was it going to come out? Because like most people, and I'm going to say in a lot of situations where you see someone who may be trying to ride out a falsehood, okay, they created a narrative, and I'm talking about anybody here. I'm not just talking about Chrissy or any, I'm talking about someone who has made a decision to tell a story to their family of this is how it went. Think of that girl whose mama stole her from the hospital and when came home, told everybody, I don't know, I guess she had a baby. She rode that thing out till they was taking her to the federal penitentiary. Okay. That's how you ride out a lie. Now, my point in saying that is, okay, you messed with your cousin's man, right? You had a baby, or you got pregnant, or you met a guy and somehow maybe you were pregnant, and it was very convenient that this guy that you got with could fall into that time range of when you got pregnant. And guess what? Now he's marrying me. Okay. Now you have a baby. Baby looks like you, like all your other kids do. And I'm talking about this is just a situation. I'm talking about not talking about any one person, particular. But that baby looks like you.
Right.
And you know that you probably need to get out of town before that baby gets any older, because the baby's going to possibly start looking like someone else. And you leave.
Features.
Right. So, I mean, the boy just turned, what, 4-ish maybe? If she's been gone now almost 2 years, it's possible that she was like, you know what, I better get up out of town, because it's bad enough that my cousin knows that I slept with her man. But before people start putting 2 and 2 together, which it might be quite obvious to us because we're on the outside looking in. But number one, when you don't see what you want to see, or you don't see what's staring at you right there in the eyes, because you've been betrayed by someone who is close to you, and it's actually just a plain old fucked up ass situation. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a whole very deep situation. I don't know why someone felt the need to bring this up about her, but I know that I feel like Chrissy was running her mouth like a wee bit too much.
Yep.
And when they decided to do these interviews, the ladies of the gossip blog, and have a forum with the whole baby daddy and his new baby mama.
I think by DeMarcus saying he's not sure, but that's his child anyways, gave them the fuel to be like, okay, we're about to prove to you that he's not yours.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Boom. Me personally, I got from him, hey, V Love BBW, how do we explain the girlfriend/wife header? What does that mean? Girlfriend/wife header. I don't know what you mean by that, Anna. Explain, my dear. People like that don't get that, Fran. It's all eyes on her, and that's it. Yeah, it's a shame. I think Chrissy probably ran her mouth one day too many. If I were her, I would be thinking back, yeah, this could have came up anyway, because, that website is that website. Okay. I don't know what their MO, what the end game is, Chrissy often says people are trying to get me off YouTube, and I don't know, is that what they're, what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's what they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do.
Why would you try to get your entertainment off of YouTube? I don't know. But this is a survival of the fittest game. I mean, honestly,
I think they just want her to be real, completely real. They don't want the BS. If she were to spill her own tea, she would have that issue. But she puts on a facade and pretends like it's one thing when it's really not.
Well, you're being caught in a very obvious gotcha, a very obvious game of gotcha, because the boy looks like that gentleman.
That's his whole face.
To the point that when I saw that picture in that video, my God, it took me a second to realize that was not Junebug, the little boy, that was like the other son. And I was like, and even the daughter of the lady, I felt like that looks like Chrissy's oldest daughter. Like, you could see the family resemblance of the family.
Like, if you cut off that little boy's hair,
she looks like Cadence.
Yeah. If you cut off the little boy's hair, they look
exactly alike, but she looks Dominican-ish to me, or Afro, she looks Afro-Latina. So I don't know if she's mixed with some sort of Afro, like if someone's Puerto Rican or Dominican or Cuban or something like that, or
Mexican.
I don't know.
That could be why they threw that whole Mexican thing out at Chrissy.
Is that something is that a mix that she has in her family?
No, but I'm thinking like maybe that's why.
I don't think she
baby mama friend threw that out. That's why he's with the Mexican.
That are half Mexican, and that's not what they look like. But everyone's DNA is different. To me, she looked more like. I don't think it didn't look like that mix to me, like Panamanian. She looked more like on the eastern side of which I don't know, but she looks like Chrissy, but she's got a very different look. And I don't know. It's just like, girl,
It's sad.
I would have kept, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a family channel. It's a family channel. Chrissy, I've been saying this for almost 2 years. Chrissy's channel is not a family channel. Family channels are like the Onyx Kids. Family channels are like
the Daily Davisons.
Okay. So
Gabe and Babe.
There's a couple of channels that my daughter watches. I would, and I'm no offense, I would be mortified if my daughter turned on YouTube Kids and that came up in the programming. That shit is not for kids. Where if you're on a live stream, first of all, I don't think lives are streamed on YouTube Kids or for kids of a certain age. But if my kid was watching something and plus they won't have comments, maybe that's why she doesn't have comments, because she keeps calling herself a family channel, but she's not a family channel. You're a mommy channel. You're a mommy channel who shows her kids. To me, that's not a family channel. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it a gospel channel, like that lady called herself a gospel singer. You can call it whatever the hell you want to call it, but it ain't no family channel. Family channels, they don't talk about, they don't talk about a lot of things, and they don't talk about a lot of the things that Chrissy talks about.
No, her channel is definitely not a family channel. And
yeah, it's a mommy channel.
It lost that. It was never a family channel, but it felt more so a family channel before.
She was a mommy that showed her family.
Right. But now it's not even that.
It's not a family channel. It's not a family channel.
But now it's not even that. Now it's not even a mommy channel.
Dinner together. Like, I watch a channel called the Norp and South. It's a couple, and they've got 4 kids that they've birthed and 5 adopted kids. I would consider Tribe of Many a family channel. It's a family channel. You see the whole family. Yes, it's centered around mom, but there's family stuff. Yeah, the husband's involved. Sometimes the kids do a takeover. The adults are definitely in charge. It's not a kid channel. It's a family channel. So the adults are present. The children are present. It's just, it's just, these people are trying to hold on to something with Chrissy that's not there anymore. And what's not there anymore is a woman who was in her early 20s, who is now grown up and who has subsequently had 9 children, and who has a very complicated life and who has a very complicated family structure, that she is not too quick to want to feed a whole lot of details on if you are late to the party and don't know what the hell's going on. She's not trying to get you caught up. Okay. So what you know, and what you don't know, you won't.
You just don't.
Or you can try and figure out. And people like me who have been watching for just a couple of years, she is very intimidated by. So Chrissy is the type of person that wants to try to shame people into shutting up. But, we'll see if that strategy works. I mean, it may work with some. I don't know if that's going to work with me, because I don't, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you see some of the reactors, some of their teas coming out. Yeah. Is that kind of a coincidence that people are trying to find tea and doxing reactors now? Because there are people who ride for Chrissy who feel like they think that if you try to make someone look bad, that's going to make them stop what they're doing. I mean, I'm not trying to do anything to Chrissy. I don't know Chrissy from a hole in the wall. I just like to talk about her channel. I think it's interesting. And I think that a lot of what she talks about and a lot of what is portrayed on her channel are very real things that many women go through, have gone through, and it's worth talking about. So, and just to see the way she navigates these YouTube streets, that's a whole story in and of itself. Because when that person asked her, about DeMarcus's mother, I would have been like, she knows good and well that's her grandkid. Period. No, she didn't say that. I saw the interview. How about that's her grandchild. She didn't say anything like that. Or you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I would have gave an answer, not she didn't say that. No, that's her grandchild and she knows it. Boom. You know?
Exactly. Because she
Um,
knows the family didn't. I mean, if you
they
really go
caught her
back
off
to
guard.
her old
They kind of
videos,
caught her off guard.
huh?
They caught her off guard.
Yeah, and if you go
You know
back
what I
to her
mean? Like
older
she's not,
videos, when he
pardon?
first took, if you go back to her older videos when he first took Jumba to Texas, she never
Mhm.
wanted him to. She never wanted him
Yeah.
to take him to Texas with him at all. It took a while because it was she had a few videos where she said he kept on asking, and finally she let him take him. So I don't even think
Mhm.
his own mother believes that's her grandson. I'm sorry. If a true grandmother, even if your son messes up, you're gonna still want a relationship with your grandkids. They've been in Texas for how
Mhm.
long? And we
Mhm.
haven't heard her say anything about any of those three kids going over to see grandma.
So, sometimes, you've got a kid, like, okay, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You're going to see something. You're going to see something that gives you like pause to say, oh, yeah, look at that. You got the eyes, you got the this, you got the that,
Mm-hmm.
you got whatever. Um, Girl, I don't know.
Look at the pictures of DeMarcus, that the man in question,
Mhm.
the three boys, and look
Oh,
at
yeah.
the little boy in question's nose. The two other boys have DeMarcus's nose and eyes. He has nothing
Whoever
for
put that
DeMarcus.
whole picture
Like,
lineup thing together, they did that.
like
They
she keeps
they kind of, go ahead.
she keeps thinking that it's that saying it's not he's not his because of his skin tone. It's like no, skin tone got nothing to do with it because he's your skin tone. It's the features. He does all the other boys has his nose and his eyes. He doesn't. He has the other man's nose and eyes. He doesn't even have Chrissy's
And his
nose.
hair and all that hair. That hair. Look, it's so to your point, moving in silence, Tribe of Many, I think, like I guess to my point before about like Tribe of Many, I do consider them a family channel. J. Morrell Stewart. Now, J. Morrell is family centered. I do think she's more of a mommy channel, and I'm gonna tell you why. She's not a mommy channel, as in like, there's different levels to the mommy level, to this mommy shit, right? I think that her husband will never do a takeover. Her kids are not heavily featured. I mean, that channel is J. Morrell Stewart, period. You know what I'm saying? It's J. Morrell. I cook, I clean, I do just fresh. I'm a homeschool mommy. You're gonna see my family. But just like, a lot of other mommies, my vlog channel is not a family channel. It's just not. You're not gonna, you're gonna see my husband. He's around. I mean, obviously we live together. You're gonna see my daughter, but yeah, is it gonna be like a whole takeover situation? Yeah, not so much. Not so much. Oops, Nikki, did I lose you? Nikki, I think I lost you. I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely family centered and family centric, but in terms of like a family channel, I would disagree. I think it's more of a mommy channel that where she features her family, most definitely, but it's she is not, her husband Travis has no intent on now proud mom of 12. She's somewhat of a family channel, but that lady is so darn stealth. She's not trying to let you know anything about her, where she is, what she's doing. She barely lets you see her kids. You can't even see the damn stove. I mean, she's not trying to show a damn thing. Anna, you had some questions. Do you want to call in? Okay, got it. No problem, Nikki. Whoops. I just flipped screens, guys. Okay, I'm back. She's barely a mom channel. Did you guys see Chrissy and Ming out together on Ming's channel? I think Ming said something about she was going to get authorities involved, you know. So you see Ming at the beginning, and then she goes to go get her nails done, and then she's at the nail bar, and there's Chrissy with her. It was cute. It was like, oh, okay. Two channels collide, you know, little collab. Yes, that is correct. Mommy vibes. Yes, that is, you are correct. I don't blame her, but you know what? I don't blame her either, because she likes that YouTube money, and she's not letting anything get in front of her bag. I mean, the one thing that I do love about that lady, I don't even know her name. What I do know is that she talks about earning money all the time. And then you kind of forget that, like, yeah, doing this video, you're earning money. That lady is a go-getter. And that's what I like. I mean, I'm just going to talk about myself for a second. I like hobbies that, you know, where I see myself earning money, you know. She's out here. She's doing, all of her hustles, and she is not playing, and I admire that in her. I think that's I think people need to see more of that. Someone sent me something. Okay, yes. So thank you. I had someone send me something. You guys are so cool. You guys are awesome. So I've seen this. And did you see the highlight on here? And I don't know what that means. Whoever sent me this, I just got something from Gmail with a photo. But there is I'm just going to show this, because this doesn't, I can't, hold on. I'm going to take a snapshot of it, and then I'm going to magnify that. Ooh, I hate when I do that. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. Are you guys used to these new changes that they made? Okay. So this doesn't show anybody's name, but this is on someone's, it says VDO and smash my cousin. My heart will never be the same. I'm so broken. Do you guys know what VDO means? I don't know. You know what? I would like, I'm not gonna even say, that interview, I would like to listen to Brother Man's interview again. I don't know if Nia E still has it. I think she had it on her channel once upon a time. And he was mad that, like, she had reposted him or something. But I feel like I need to, I don't know that I listened to it way in depth. I felt like at one point, when it came out and everybody was talking about it, I remember there were a couple reactions. I remember Blah doing a very good conversation wrap up on it. And I felt like at the time, I had all that I felt informed enough on the topic. But now that this whole thing is coming out, I would like to hear what the gentleman had to say again, to really understand what the hell is really going on. But am I going to do that? I don't know. You know what I mean? If somebody, you know what I mean? If that video is around and it comes up in my, now that I'm saying it, you know what I mean? It comes up in my, see, this hair gets on my nerves. And then you're probably like, well, Fran, you're the one who took your braid out. Like, you shouldn't have taken your braid out. Why were you messing around with your hair? And I'm going to say, because you know that's what I do. I do my little hairstyle, and then I get on here, and then I mess up my hair. Anna wants a link. Okay, Anna. Okay. So Ming strikes Liv's channel because of the diss song she made. That's crazy. Angie Bo, tell me more, please. What do we know about that? Because I noticed today that some of these diss tracks were gone. I noticed that diss reactions were missing. Can anyone enlighten me on that, please? She must really feel some type of way about it. I thought Olivia kind of went in. I know everybody was really feeling WAP, but you know, I think people were feeling WAP because I think as women, we like to hear, you know, all them ladies gonna stop and then don't stop it. I mean, we love hearing PUSSY said. I mean, we just love that for some reason. Women love to hear talk about RVs, right? Because that's what Chrissy does. I think that's why she's so popular. I think Olivia just kind of was like, I think Olivia actually really read her. I think Ming talked about her, probably insulted her some, but I think Olivia kind of just like she went in for the kill. So to us, to some, it may not have sounded like a banger, but yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily be a banger to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Because I know sometimes, you know, I've read people before and people were like, oh, it's so boring. Like, you've got the most boring reads. But yeah, you know, my whole intro is based around a read that probably wasn't like a banger, but yeah, it had somebody shook. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't always take a banger to shake somebody, you know, to shake some things up, right? All you got to do is make it meaningful and hurt, right? Hi, Boo Thang.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much.
I said happy Friday.
Oh, happy Friday.
Mm-hmm. Girl, what you want to talk about?
Okay, I had a couple questions. First question
Yes,
I had was, Jazz, did she not tell the truth when she said the police came in her house unannounced?
Who, Jasmine?
Mm-hmm.
Did you believe that? Look, when I heard that audio, I think I was talking to Tasha on the phone. I said, I think a maintenance man came over to her house. And she was like, that wasn't the maintenance man, that was the police. And I was like, but Tasha, you think that was the police? And she goes, yeah, she said that was the police. And I was like, but don't police normally have like a radio? Like, you know how even when you go into like the 7-Eleven or whatever, police always have those they're always plugged in. You can always hear dispatch and things like that. I thought that was the damn maintenance man coming because, I mean, she had been at the top of her lungs the whole night, cussing them damn kids out. I think I had said to someone on the phone, I think I even told my husband, I was like, homegirl is tripping. I mean, I wasn't afraid for the kids or anything, but I was just like, damn, somebody, one of her, you know, y'all, you can get mad at me if you want. If you're a subscriber, don't be mad at me. But some of y'all on her subscriber track, y'all crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. Y'all, okay?
Yeah, because I was listening to one of Yanni's videos earlier, and like she gave all the evidence that pointed to like that not being real, and I was like, I
can believe it.
happen.
Look, we're talking about the person who says that someone came into her apartment one night. Tasha talked about it the other day. I talk about it all the time too, because it's crazy. Someone came into her apartment, felt on her butt, she grabbed her phone, went live, talked to us, and then called the police and left her kids in a room on the other side of the house, and one paying out and was like, guys, someone came into my apartment and felt on my butt. I'm like, who's coming in to feel on your butt?
And
When did
didn't she
that
say
happen?
somebody
Well,
came in
stop
and felt
lying.
on her butt when she lived with her mom?
I don't think her mother was home, or she had just moved out of her mom. That was like right when I first started watching her. So that was like almost 2 years ago now. It was some bullshit. It was like, are you kidding me? Someone just came in and sexually assaulted you, and you think that you're going to pick up a phone and go live and tell
Because,
everybody?
well,
Like,
and
fast
plus
forward.
the
Go ahead.
police,
Hmm?
I mean, like, unless they had like a no-knock warrant, they're gonna like announce themselves just before they like barge into your house. They're not just gonna like open up your door, check your door number one to see if it's like unlocked, and then just come in unannounced.
I disagree. I would say if the door is open, they've gotten a complaint from someone in the building that there's a mommy, an off the chain mommy, and or the internet, according to the new member of Mamiana, with her off the shoulder or bare or no shoulder tops, Cheryl. According to her, the police said it was someone on the internet. It was someone from YouTube. Okay. So it was someone from YouTube, and they called in on her daughter, and the police came, the door was open. And I mean, really and truly, there could be a crime going on. So they will just walk in. I mean, I think they can just walk in. If the door's open, they can walk in. Would they? I don't know. It would be interesting. I don't know. That woman is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I mean crazy, like cray. I don't mean she's certified mentally whatever, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Well,
But she's got
I
issues.
I just wanted to ask about that because after I listened to Yanni's video earlier, I was like, wait a minute, she must have lied about that, because it was like she gave, I can't remember all the evidence, but she broke it down to where it pretty much was like that didn't really happen.
Well, like you said, and Asia's saying the same thing, but keep in mind, if somebody called my house right now, they said they heard a scream. Okay, they heard someone. They heard a gunshot. They heard a scream. They heard. It made them think that there's something wrong over at Love Lies and Lacefronts house, right? And my front door was open. I don't mean my screen door locked, because my front door was open, and they have probable cause or something. You know what I mean? Not that there's
But
crime.
just
They
because
can come
somebody
in to
called
check
and
and make sure
said,
everybody's okay.
somebody called and complained about noise or something like that, the police ain't just gonna barge in your house, even if the
Well,
door is
I don't know
open.
that it was a barge in. We don't know how Aiden had the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, was the
But
door
still, though,
open?
even if
Was it
the door is
unlocked? Was it
open,
ajar?
but even if the door is open, but the police, I mean, for what they were coming there for, it seems to me like they would have just knocked on the door, even if it was open, and said,
We don't know that
"Please,
they didn't knock on
anybody."
the door. That girl is certified.
No,
Did
she
you not
said they
see
just walked in
the?
her house without. She said they walked in without identifying themselves.
Well, doesn't that blue suit that they wear identify themselves? That blue suit, that badge,
Announcing
that
themselves.
whole entire holster belt that they wear.
Yeah, but I'm saying she said they barged in without announcing themselves.
And then she went on for 10 minutes about what would have happened if they would have shot one of her kids. I was just like, girl, you need to sit down, take a fucking chill pill. You sitting here worrying about something that, yes, it could happen and it has happened, but it did not happen. And you might, as the grown person, as the mother, as the protector, as the provider in that house, why don't you lock your door and get like a chain lock and make sure that your doors are adequately locked for your very talented kids who know how to manage doors and locks in that house, that you need to be checking and making sure the house is locked up at night and not be in the bed on live with thousands of people doing the least. Hi, LaQuinta.
Okay. And then my next question is,
wait, Miss Brown said, wait 1 second. Miss Brown said she was in her room with the door closed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't hear. The man could have knocked. I thought it was a maintenance man. Because I was like, they said the police came, but I never heard the police. And Tasha was like, that was the police. And I was like, really? I went back and listened to it again. And I was like, to me, I've never believed that was the police. That's why I keep saying, girl, she's working with some kind of theater company. She got some people coming through from the local acting group trying to play with us. Because I'm just like, girl, ain't nobody stupid over here. Girl, what kind of bad acting y'all doing over there? What in the bad acting? Okay.
Yeah, because I still believe that that letter to to Mama Dukes, it probably came from Jasmine. Because why would a reactor send a letter about...
No, that person was not a reactor. Mom Duke said they were probably a reactor. The person in the letter says that they are some type of court mandated reporter, and well, I guess could be a reactor too.
Mom Duke said a reactor sent me a letter.
Mom Duke's girl, I'm just going to say this very nice. Consider the source and just listen to what she said. She said, just because she says a reactor sent it doesn't mean a reactor sent it. The person in the letter says that they are a court mandated reporter and they stopped watching her because she saw some of the things that she was doing and hanging out with Chrissy and was very concerned and yada, yada, yada. And she says she goes all in depth, but says she doesn't watch her anymore, but then named 4 people that they need to be watching out for, one of which were your girl. Okay.
Well, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, they always say that it's a reactor, but why would the person or the people who put their face on camera and discuss the things that you do on camera go and call CPS, the police, or whatever on you? Why would it be them opposed to... It's never a neighbor, according to them, which, in my opinion, a neighbor would be more likely than anyone to call because they're going to know where you live. I don't see a reactor taking the time. I don't know any reactor that would take the time to go and find an address, know where they I mean, why would you care where they live?
There are some reactors. So the 4 people that they mentioned of the people that, because I mean, look at it this way. If in fact a reactor wrote the letter, do you think, other than trying to do the old okie doke or the Jedi mind trick, do you think that somebody would have named themselves in a letter to you know what I'm saying? Like, so certainly I would say let's rule out the 4 people. I mean, that would be the most obvious.
Well, and why would but my thing is, why would people who constantly put their face on camera they could easily say, okay, I'm gonna say, Fran, this is Fran, here, investigator. This person talks about me all the time. Why would it be that person opposed to the supporter who's sitting in the bushes that never comments or says anything and doesn't like what they see.
Well, because Anna, you're thinking logically, and I'm not trying to, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. I just think that Mom Duke is on a speed course of trying to figure out what's going on, and she's being fed information by that wealth of knowledge daughter of hers who couldn't put together a puzzle. Okay, if it was numbered 1 through 100. And this is who she's getting information from. So it's like, I'm sorry, it's like uninformed on top of severely uninformed. That's what's going on. And these two, how are you going to? So to your question, Anna, how is this letter part of an investigation when you still have the original letter?
Right. That how can you say I turned it over to the investigator?
Because
And you're
homegirl don't know how to lie.
You're holding the original letter. And oh, by the way, why didn't you read the whole letter?
Well, how about this? Didn't Olivia drive through Alabama about a week or so ago, since she's been in Texas or wherever she's at for the past week or two? And Mom Dukes got the letter a week or two ago, I would imagine, because it's been at least a week because she went live last Friday. So whenever she got the letter, Olivia happened to drive through Alabama. Olivia, I'm asking you, Liv's life, Liv, did you mail a letter to Jasmine? Have you been documenting Jasmine? Did you mail her mother a letter and name me, Tasha Marie, Sofa Time with Kels, and Reese as potential, I don't know, what do they call them? Snitches? To your daughter on her CPS case that she's doing a bang up job of solidifying on her own by the way she treats her children oh so tender. Did you? So that's my question, Olivia.
I
That's what I want to know.
just have one thing to
Yes,
add
ma'am.
to it. I want to break it down for Jasmine and Mom Dukes, since they kind of, a little bit slow in the brain membrane. The police probably didn't say it was a person from YouTube. More than likely, it was a neighbor hearing her kids scream, and probably said she's always on YouTube.
Yeah, like that's the most logical explanation. If that happens,
I watched her on YouTube, and the kids is just screaming up a storm, and they sound like she's beating them.
How about
a YouTuber.
She's always walking through the parking lot in her bathing suit doing photo shoots with the children and using these facilities to the utmost for her YouTube channel.
And having her kids on
they could have mentioned
balcony,
YouTube as far as her being on YouTube.
Things out the balcony.
Say it one more time, Nikki. Go first.
No, I
What'd
said
you say?
they could have mentioned that she's on YouTube or that she's a YouTuber. Clearly, the police asked her, well, is it worth it? So the person mentioned she does YouTube. I'm pretty sure that she didn't come out and say, well, I do YouTube, so.
Anna, what were you saying?
Her video camera.
Oh, no, I was just saying that it could have been a neighbor that was annoyed that she has her kids on the balcony and they throw things out the balcony. And somebody might have got almost hit in the head with something.
Well, also she's got them splish splashing, which she doesn't put to her, look, she puts about 2 inches of water in that little baby pool. I don't know what, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on over there. And for her mother to implicate people, but I was like, y'all, come on. I don't care. Look, let me tell you something. You want people to call me? Is that what you really want? You want them to call me and ask me about your channel? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a firm believer in just answering what you're asked and answer the questions. But if they say like, well, ma'am, Ms. Love Lives and Lacefronts, Ms. Francoise Vlogs, is there anything that you think you want us to know?
I mean, I guess I'm wondering, like, why are they so quick to dismiss the obvious and always like resort to it has to be a reactor and dismiss the obvious?
Look, like I said, they can call me, they can email me, you can report me to YouTube if you want to. I would be nervous about 20 hours of video that Jasmine has logged in the YouTube IT data bank that shows her in not the best light, in probably not the best moments of her journey as a mom on these YouTube streets. Because 2 weeks ago, when she was cussing them kids out and never seems happy to be in her situation, and just all of the colorful language that she uses and the ignoring of small children, the screaming, the yelling, the hooping, the hollering, the fuck you to everybody on her live cast. I mean, she is a train wreck certified. And I would be concerned about someone sitting and watching some of those videos. But from what I understand is that at this point, if she deletes any of that content with the knowledge of her investigation, or period, I would imagine she could be committing a crime because she's part of an investigation. And if her channel is part of the investigation as well, since she decided to continue to mention it and mention it and mention it, to the point where even she in her video said, well, we're gonna have to start to get more people involved, and we might have to bring in the police. And then wasn't she complaining when she was taking a shit that day that they wanted to come talk to her kids at school?
Yeah, and
Like,
she was saying
girl,
that she told
none
them
of
that
that's our fault.
they couldn't come talk to Amaya at school, and she can't tell them that they can't talk to her daughter at school.
Here's a little tidbit for Jasmine. When she signs her kids up for school, if she signs the medical forms, not only do she sign giving DCF or CPS or whatever her town calls it, she signs give the schools the right to talk to CPS about her kids. I bet you didn't know that. Because I'm sure she's checking off yes on everything and just signing and not reading.
Right, that they should have to call you if there's, so basically it's the emergency form. If there's an emergency or medical emergency, do you give the school the right to send your kids to the hospital, get the ambulance, whatever the case might be? So it's almost like signing off a parental waiver. Is that what you're saying, Nikki?
Yeah, like I don't know how it is in Texas, but I know here in my state, whenever you sign a kid up for school or even signing them to go into a new doctor's office, that's one of the waivers.
Yeah,
it's giving that doctor's office and the school right to contact DCF if they're concerned.
Yeah, and the school can get
they can get CPS involved without her knowledge. She won't know until after they're called.
Funny, I just got a notification that Jazz just posted a video saying I'm quitting YouTube because of CPS.
Okay, well, good. Right. I mean, that would be a wise thing to do. I mean, I would hope that she would not do that because I know that that's her income. But come on, guys. Number one, it's clickbait. What is Jasmine going to do? Is she going to get a job at CPS? Is she going to go work in the local call center? Where is she going to go work? I'm not saying she's not qualified for a job, but we're in the middle of a pandemic and you are homeschooling your children. I mean, let's be for real. You got a work from home job. So unless she's gotten herself a new job, which good, that would be awesome. But I doubt it. It's clickbait.
They quit UPS. They quit YouTube at least 2 to 3 times a month. It's the beginning of the month. She needs something for people to click on, so that way that 21st check is hot.
Right.
They're ridiculous. Not only that, but her video for her security footage, she had some sort of excuse as to why it only showed her going to the door and not coming on when the police walks in. The security system is going to detect motion even if your lights are off.
Because the people
that's where you can tell she lied at.
Well, the people who sit there while she is cursing her kids out enough for the next 20 years, who are sitting there and giving her accolades, and you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, because they're gonna believe whatever she says.
I think it's her apartment complex. I think they want to get her out of there because remember when they gave her all those citations and she tried to be Chrissy and be like, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber. Well, I'm a YouTuber," and da 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 da. I think people are
The
calling and
reactor
complaining.
attractors.
I think the other tenants are calling and complaining, and her apartment complex is calling CPS and calling the police to get her out of
That's
it.
what I think. I think that too.
LaQuinta, do you know if she's going to go work at Pink or not? I'm just joking. LaQuinta, do you have the plug at Pink that can confirm, since the reactors are so in her blankety blank, that we call and check on everything? And like how Chrissy says that some guy that she did his taxes, and he follows her on Facebook, but it turns out to actually be the husband or baby daddy of her very first cousin. She kind of
so
relegates him to like that guy over there, but he's family.
Yeah, so that too, friend. That was the other thing that I was saying. So, Chrissy, did you catch in the very beginning? Chrissy said, "I don't know where they drug this guy up from."
You mean
So,
on my video?
yeah. So,
Girl,
it
I
was
probably
like
looked
she
at
was
the video like,
pretending. She
would you
was
like for me to play
pretending in
it?
the very beginning to not even know who he was, and then all of a sudden, she didn't did his taxes.
Anna, do you think that that was a mistake that I edited the video in that way? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, guys, I was trying to, because, you know, for those of you who don't have time to sit and watch for an hour, I gave it to you in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Christy pretends, but then she knows everything. And then did you hear her say, and I saw that this morning, saw that where? Did you see that on that certain gossipy website where those people who are supposed to be coming after you? Like, where did you see that, Mike? Because when this was filmed, none of those videos were posted yet.
Yeah, she was like,
The
"Where
word
did
on the
he?
street
I
was
don't
that
know where they
everything
drugged
was
this guy
over
up
there on
from."
that website.
She said that they must have had to have gone through thousands of Instagram profiles and Facebook profiles to find him.
I don't know what the process was.
I mean,
What the
I don't
process
know
was.
either, but she first tried to pretend like she didn't know who he was, and then all of a sudden, I've done his taxes before.
Girl, bye. But then you titled the live. The title of the live was revealing my secret baby daddy. So you clickbait, pretend you don't know what's going on, and then you think you want to sit there and talk to everybody about a damn masterclass? Girl, bye. We want to talk about this damn shit show you got going on, which is trying to figure out, are we still on baby daddy number 6 or is it baby daddy number 7? And in 2021, is it going to be, or are we going to be looking at baby daddy number 7 or baby daddy number 8? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? What's good, Chrissy?
I don't know who found him or how they found him, but I don't think they could have came up with a better person to like a better match. I mean, that guy looks exactly like that kid.
Mommy Vibes is saying the teachers could be calling on Jazz. They are mandated reporters. Yeah, so if they see something and they think something is wrong, then they have to say something, right?
Oh, you mean like when Kaylin was on her virtual call, and I have no idea how she could even begin to not even concentrate, but even hear anything that was going on with all the screaming going on in the house. I mean, I was like, why would you do that girl like that? It was so much screaming. I was like, there's no way she can do any work that way.
Well, what about this morning? Now, look, it's beautiful. She does have a beautiful family and all that, right? And it was nice to see all of them at the dining room table. However, and I'm not comparing apples and oranges to the extent to any extent, my point really is that when you see these big families doing homeschooling, oftentimes it's mom leading the homeschooling. Okay, so they're not necessarily plugged into a remote learning plan. It's normally the mom has these kids on workbooks, these kids doing this, and those kids doing that, right? That chaos this morning of all the kids calling into Zooms, nobody had headphones. I
And
mean,
somebody
these
had
kids
like
are
regular
like
music
basically at
playing.
regular school, and you have everybody at one table. Nobody can hear. Nobody had headphones. Like one person had headphones. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And somebody else had regular music playing. Didn't you hear that?
Look, I was in the middle of getting mine set up. Okay. I got one, and that keeps me busy until I show up to you guys around 2:00. Like, I got so much to do in the morning. When my husband leaves at 5:30, like, I'm trying to get in just a little bit of me time to do what I need to do around this house and for myself and my deliverables so that I can be there for her and make her scrambled eggs and pancakes and waffles and oatmeal and whatever she wants, and make sure I got lunch and this, that, and the third. And then to get a shower, because I wouldn't even think to come to you guys laying on my belly in my bed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my God, even when I was sitting in bed last week or earlier this week, I was sitting up. My goodness, was that this week? That was last week. When I sat and talked to you guys for a minute. Well,
Well,
not a minute, but
I know that
long
she
long
had like
minute.
everybody there. Everybody had like I thought that I could hear like everybody had their streams playing from their computer speakers, and then somebody was playing regular music, and I was like, "What kind of foolishness?"
Yeah, they need headphones. Like the big kids, if you're on Zoom, you need headphones. So you don't even have to get every kid headphones, but there could be a time where every kid will need to be on a Zoom simultaneously. So I would definitely suggest get some over the ear headphones also when they're watching their videos. I mean, everybody's lesson plan is online. So even when they're not live and having like a Zoom chat, 9 times out of 10, they're doing a lesson where the instruction is on a YouTube video going through, the curriculum. It's going through whatever the lesson is for the day. And that 9 times out of 10 is a video. So the
And
kids need to be plugged in.
somebody said this, and I'm hoping that it's not true, that like you can tell that Chrissy has a man because like all the the meals that are getting cooked, and like everybody's got like a normal size plate now. Like think about it, through the whole pandemic, through all of homeschooling, kids have been in school now since August. It's October. She hasn't done a single vlog showing them being virtually school on virtual school. So I am like, I hope it's not true that like she's like doing all this because now it's like she has a man, she's in a better headspace, like where it's like, okay, I can do the things I need to be doing because I have what I need in my life right now. You know what I mean?
Well, I am so sorry to disappoint you, Anna, but that vitamin D gives a lot of motivation. And if that D makes you that's some motivation, okay? Homegirl is motivated. So she's cooking them nice meals. She's probably been over there on Courtney Fixing Mommy Projects Instagram, looking at those meals that she cooks and those desserts and all those things, trying to make it real nice over there. Look, she probably wants to make it real homey, real nice, real domestic goddess, real Starla Omega in that bedroom, real Martha Stewart by day, damn Heather Hunter by night. Okay, that's what Chrissy knows what she's doing. So yes, I'm sorry, Anne. I don't want to burst your bubble, but yeah, she's putting on a show.
I don't like that.
Well, that's Yeah, I'm sorry. That's, you know, she's on her best behavior. Look,
I mean, but her kids
just
are
like
the ones that
DeMarcus
are.
said, when I first met her, I thought she was really cool. She was cool as shit. She was this, she was that. And then, you know, something changed. I don't know. But yeah, everybody's on their best. That's so where you, so I don't want to say you in particular. So how you have the honeymoon phase. She's in the honeymoon phase of the relationship right now. Not honeymoon as in marriage, but honeymoon as in Boothang just moved in. So she's probably cooking a good, you know, a full-size baked chicken. She's doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? Like she's making Sunday dish. She's probably making macaroni and cheese. You know what I mean? Like she's, you know, putting her.
So what
Did you
is
see her this morning? When does
so what
Chrissy
is
look like that at
what
9
is
o'clock in
life
the
like for
morning?
the kids? What was life like for the kids prior to him arriving?
Normal. Look, every mom is not, look, just because your girl makes oatmeal and eggs and pancakes and all that kind of stuff. Look, I'm up at 5:30. You know what I'm saying? Like I get up early. Everybody doesn't do that. She's also got like 8 times more kids than I do. So what I can do, maybe she doesn't normally do. Maybe that's reserved for the weekend. I have less of a load, just like someone who's got 3 or 4 kids have less of a load. So I don't want to like compare mommy versus mommy, but what I am going to say is she's probably got her ass on her best behavior because she just moved in. She wants to show him, not only am I the bomb chick that you want to deal with in terms of a relationship, but how about also I'm a good ass mom over here. Look at this. Look how I'm mom over here. Check me out. You know what I'm saying? Like she's even getting up, putting on her good wig and lip gloss in the morning. She knew she was turning the camera on this morning. I bet you it's either because the man's there or because the man's there. And she knew she was going to film this morning, that she got that wig and that makeup on this morning. Because you know she don't look like that. We've seen them girls early in the morning. Okay? Come on. She's on her best behavior. She's on, I'm going to impress you stuff. I'm going to make you slip up and take that condom off. Okay. That's what she's, girl. Come on now. Anna, you not hip. She wants to make him slip up one night and be like, and it's baby number 10. Okay. Guys, I better get off of here. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. I had to make up though for Ratchet Wednesday with my
I think
phone.
that was all the questions that I think I
love your questions,
my
Anna.
last
Anna, you have the
question,
best.
and you probably already answered it, is I was just gonna ask you to ask everybody, where do they think Liv is staying? In a motel in with Gerard, or like Kel says, a subsidized housing.
Like a FEMA camp. She's at one of those FEMA camps that are still up since what was that? God, that was
Katrina.
like 15 years ago. God, do you imagine if it's I don't even want to say if they are, God bless. God bless. I haven't gotten a good enough look at the place yet. I don't look. I lived in Houston for almost 5 years, and some parts of Houston, I don't even know if they look like that anymore, but I know that there were parts of Houston to me that oh, she's not in Houston. What is she in Dallas?
Well, she said, didn't she say Houston?
Well, shoot, Chrissy said Austin, but we knew she was in Houston. She's in Texas. I'm sure she's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She went back to go get her man. At the end of the day, Olivia's not stupid. I think that Olivia, no matter what, she's going to go out scratching eyes and, you know, pulling out hair before she is going to let that relationship go with her husband. So I see her as doing the absolute most to either get the most money and monetize that whole thing, or get her man back. So we'll see what happens first. If she's in Houston, it's only because she's there for a minute and she's going to be heading up to Dallas. But I think she's probably, I said Houston. I don't know why in my mind I was thinking Houston. But I think that she is probably in Dallas and she is staking her claim, because why in the world are you going to leave? You know, if Gerard called her up and was like, look, I'm done. I'm this, I'm that. I got, you know, I'm with somebody, or she got a phone call that he's with somebody. Yeah, she probably was like, oh, no, the hell you're not. And started throwing stuff into laundry baskets and started calling and reserving a U-Haul to get her ass over to go get her man. Don't you remember when Liv and Nene talked that day, the whole conversation about Kiara, and how Nene was like, yeah, you don't do that. You don't let your man go like that. I will never forget that conversation, because I was like, yes, tell them. You don't, if you don't play, because you're gonna play and he's gonna be over at someone else's house, or someone's gonna be up in your home, like what happened to Kiara. Remember that lady? She was trying to be cute and posted that video of that lady.
Oh yeah, like you talking about? Like,
Remember
okay,
that?
yeah, the one,
Okay.
yeah.
Nene was dropping. That was before Nene ever had her channel. That's when Olivia and Nene were like good Judies, and she was dropping that knowledge on Olivia and everybody else who was listening. Like, you don't leave your house. Who does that? You don't let your man go? To what? Where? You don't do that. Yeah, she went to Texas to go get her man back. Are you kidding me?
I would have thought though that she would have started her web apology tour before she left Florida.
She might be, but it might not be on film. Just because she's not showing it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Keep in mind, Olivia, you know, like what we saw the other day of her saying she was leaving, or the travel vlog, she was already settled into where she'd been, to where she is. She was already going live in Texas. Thank you, Kimberly Phillip. I appreciate that. She was where she was headed, but she showed video from like a week before when they're traveling through Alabama, mailing letters to Mom Dukes, trying to be salty. Thank you, Olivia, for implicating. But okay, we see how you do. But yeah, girl, are you kidding me?
So, do you think that might be a place that Gerard rented? Because it does kind of look more like a place that he would rent opposed to her.
So I'm gonna give credit to Tasha on that. Tasha was like, that looks like a place a man would rent. Now, did he rent it for her and he's still dipping over at Boothang's house so that they can have housing? I don't know.
He could be hiding in the back.
He could be hiding in the back. I don't know. That's a very good call out. I don't know. Life you live may not be your own. You can click on this link. It's posted right under your comment. But Anna, always a pleasure, because Anna brings it.
All right, I'm about to hang up.
Okay, have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks for letting me call in.
I'll see you in the comments.
All right, bye.
Yeah. She needs to get herself together and focus on her babies. If a man wants to leave, there is nothing you can do to stop him. Okay, you are 100% right. But if there's a chance to save your marriage and she thinks that there is a possibility, I don't blame her for jumping on the truck to do it. Me personally, I wouldn't let my man go, period. And that's, period poo. But I think she thought she was playing a game, and he wasn't going to go anywhere, but that kind of backfired. And she says that he's dealing with somebody. Like, I would have been flying. I would never have allowed, like, waited. I don't know how long the time period was from when she found out what he was doing versus when she decided to go out there. But I would have flown out there and been banging on whoever's door he was staying in and got my husband back before he spent one too many nights in some new poom poom. Me personally, but whatever. That ain't gonna happen. But, anyway, guys, this was a fun conversation. I love talking all things mommy stuff. It's so fun. She sure did. She's not getting down without a fight. I don't think so, Ebony. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, like they always say, he may not be perfect, but he's mine. Okay. Right? All right, guys, this was a long live, but I had to make it up to you guys because my live was ratchet on Wednesday. But this is so much fun. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I think you guys are awesome. You guys made me feel awesome. And I might be going live later tonight. I got to see how things go. It's time to make that coffee. My husband's on his way home. I got to go see about dinner. And I got to do my grocery pickup order. I got my mom-ish to do, or else there'll be reaction videos on me. So I got to go handle my household, get that all taken care of. As I've been talking about these other ladies' households, I better get mine together, right? But I may be back on my other channel. Some of you guys were asking me about some HR stuff. One of you, if you're listening, sent me a letter about a particular situation. If you don't mind me sharing it, and we can do a StreamYard on Monday, I'd love to talk about your situation because I had some questions. If you don't hear this, I'm going to email you back. If you'd like to do that on Monday, we might talk about that. But if any of you guys have any questions about job-related situations, I wish I could ask somebody in HR. My specialty is mostly talent acquisition, a little bit of employee relations. I do know some about leave of absence, return from leave of absence, things like that, that I can probably answer. But if you have some questions, if I don't know the answer, I can research it to get you an appropriate answer, confer with a couple of my friends to make sure that I'm giving you the appropriate information. So if that's something that you are interested, if you have a question about, email me. And more than likely we'd do that over on my other channel, or maybe here, depending on if it's juicy. And if you're okay with it going here. Christmas, they will be back together. Yes, girl. Remember last Christmas, they were like separated for a minute, and then next thing you know, he was in the Vlogmas videos. Oh my God, oh my God. I think I'm sounding so much like her now that she might try to copyright me. So she's in Texas running behind Gerard, living with a friend. I don't know. I'm going to do it on Monday, moving in silence. My voice is a little bit sketchy right now. I don't want to irritate my voice too much, but that lady is a mess, girl. That lady. Where is the pastor right now? I'm going to ask. Am I going to ask this every day? Has the pastor gotten her money back yet? Or did she ever get her promo? Pastor Z, if you want to come talk to the people, no harm, no foul, I'm sure as a pastor, you're a forgiving woman and period. If you would like to speak on this situation, drop me an email. We don't have to talk live. I would just like to know, can you tell me and the people, did you get your promo, or did you get your refund? When did it happen? What video? Because we have not seen it. Did she do it on Instagram? Did she do a cook with me with your music? I want to know. Chrissy, can you answer that question too, please? What happened? Has anything happened with that? I know your mom told you she was pulling your leg, but we don't know. We're going to close on that note. They are too old to play these high school games. Mommy vibes. Say it one more time. Okay? Guys, you guys are awesome. I will see you guys on Monday. I'll let you know about over on Francoise Vlogs. And guys, look out for members only chat at some point tomorrow. I know we were going to do it. We normally do it on a Thursday, the first Thursday of the month, but I was on the struggle bus with my phone yesterday. So all of you members, I apologize for no members chat yesterday, but we can do it tomorrow at some point. So yeah, just be on the lookout, and I will put something up, and maybe we'll do it tomorrow afternoon or at some point and have a our private members chat. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Have a good Friday night. Bye, guys. Don't forget to like this live on your way out. If you have not liked this live yet and you were waiting, go ahead, like this live. If you did not watch the video that I dropped before this live, go ahead and check it out for me, please. It's the video that I have right here, and it's pretty interesting. So if you had not seen it, go ahead, check it out. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to go. I've been on here for way too long, guys. I got to go start dinner. So take care. Bye.